Hey friends, happy Monday. Welcome back to another episode. And y'all, I have heard your complaints. I know you're feeling burnt out. I know that you're feeling weary on social media and specifically Instagram, trying to build your business, trying to make money online, and you just want to wave your white flag and give up on it altogether. I hear you. I've heard your complaints. I've talked with many of you. And you know what? To be honest, I have felt it too. And I teach people how to use Instagram to make money in their business. Like, no one is immune to social media burnout. So today, in this episode, I'm going to give you 5 very practical, because you know I'm here for the practical, 5 very practical social media boundaries that you need to have in place to avoid burnout on Instagram, avoid burnout in your business, so that you can play the long game in your online business and have sustainability while you're making profit and impact. I hope you brought your big girl pants to this episode today, because there is going to be some tough love, but I believe it is the tough love that not only you need, friend, but that I need as well. So without further ado, let's get into it. Hey mama, welcome to Bibles, Babies, and Business. Are you ready to start an online biz, quit your 9-to-5, and stay home with your kids? Are you up late at night Googling online business ideas, how to market myself, and how to get my first paying client? Do you have lots of ideas but feel overwhelmed when trying to figure out which ones to focus on so you can move your business forward? Hey there, I'm Camie. I'm a Christian, a wife, and a soon-to-be mom. A few years ago, I too felt drained by my day job and wished I could find a way to make money online. I wanted time freedom and the financial freedom to be a stay-at-home mom. But imposter syndrome kept creeping in and telling me, you could never make enough money doing that. And what if you do try and you fail? But then I discovered how to build an online coaching business from home. In this podcast, you'll find biblical principles for the Christian entrepreneur, online marketing tips to help you start and build an online coaching business from home, and a whole lot of mom life, because we're doing it all with a baby on our hip. So grab your Bible, snuggle your baby, and let's build your business, because you were made for this. Okay, now before we get into the episode, I want to remind you that my free Convert More Clients workshop is just 2 weeks away from today. And this is a 1-hour workshop for faith-led coaches who want to learn how to sign their next 5 coaching clients in 60 days or less, even if you do not have all this extra time to be working on your business. I want to teach you how to build a profitable and sustainable online business in a time-efficient way so that you can also be enjoying other areas of your life, like your family, your husband, time with the Lord. We don't have to be spending or grinding, if you will, in order to see success in our online business. And I want to teach you how. So if you have not yet saved your seat, scroll down in the show notes. Go ahead and pause me right here. Scroll down to the show notes. You're going to see a link there. It's www.camiewilke.com/free workshop. It'll take you less than 30 seconds. Go in there, put in your information, save your seat, and join us 2 weeks from today, Monday, inside of my Facebook group. You have to be there. Okay? So now let's get into the episode, kind of the meat of what we're talking about today, social media burnout. Now, I have been using social media, specifically Instagram, to grow my online business, to sign clients, to make money online for over 3 years. I have seen countless trends on social media, algorithm changes, lots of it. Okay, I've been there. I've been around the block a couple times. I've seen it. And there's times when I have absolutely loved social media. Like, if we're going to be honest, growing up, I wanted to be on Disney Channel. I don't know if I've ever told you guys this story, but growing up, I wanted to be on Disney Channel. And so I was like very like theatrical. I would kind of get into character mode, if you will. And so when I started using Instagram to promote my business, like it was almost like I was going back into my childhood and stepping into this like very theatrical character. And I am my authentic self online, but it's like my personality at like 120%. And it just felt very natural for me to like be in front of the camera and talk about my business. And because it was kind of like fulfilling like my like inner child like dreams of like being on Disney Channel. Anyway, there's been times where I loved social media, loved getting on my stories, sharing about my life, like talking with people. There's been times where I've loved it. And there's been times where I have felt absolutely burnt out by it and wanted to just like delete Instagram and not get on it for like 6 months. So on one hand, Instagram has been the gateway in which God has allowed me to close over $100,000 in my business using this little pink app on my phone, and help support my family and pay off debt and buy our dream house and be able to step into this world of adoption, which is not a inexpensive journey. It is, there's money involved in that. So on one hand, Instagram has been the gateway in which the Lord has blessed us financially to be able to do these things. And then on the other hand, Instagram can feel like just this really loud and noisy place, and like you're a really small fish in a big sea. It can feel like both. It can leave you feeling both like excited and hopeful about the future and also worn out and burnt out. And what I have found is Instagram is a wonderful, wonderful tool to help you grow your online business, sign more clients, and make money online. And that is the truth. I truly wholeheartedly believe that Instagram is a wonderful tool to kickstart your business. But if you do not have boundaries in place, you will feel burnt out and like you have nothing else left to give. Okay, and we're going to get to like the practicals, some things that you can do, some healthy boundaries that you can have in place to avoid burnout here in a minute. But right now, you may be feeling like Instagram is the only way to experience success in my business, or podcasting is the only way, or Facebook, that's the thing. That's the thing that's really going to get me to those 3 to 5K to 10K months, or no, it's YouTube. YouTube is the thing. But really, friend, here's the truth. No matter which platform you choose, they can all help you experience success in your business, and they can all be draining and lead to burnout if you do not have boundaries in place. Burnout is not partial to a platform. You will feel burnt out on Instagram, on Facebook, on podcasting, on YouTube, on Pinterest, on any platform that you refuse to have boundaries with. I told you, friend, that this was going to be a tough love episode, so I hope that you're here for it. It doesn't matter which platform you're growing your business. If you do not have boundaries in place, it is only a matter of time until you experience burnout in it. So please do not believe the lie that if you leave Instagram and go, start again on a different platform, that you're not going to experience burnout on that platform too. Burnout is not partial to a platform. You will experience it on any platform that you do not have boundaries. The second point I want to make here before we get into our practical five things that you can do to avoid burnout is the grass is greener where you water it. Your business can experience success on any platform. You can experience financial success on Instagram, in Facebook groups, podcasting, YouTube, Pinterest. And we have proof of this. Like there are experts in every single one of those fields, and every single one of those experts say that platform is the best. It's the best platform. Well, how can that be true if an expert is saying that in each platform? We know that you can experience success on any platform. So please do not be fooled by the lie that it is too late to find success on Instagram because there's too many people, or it's too crowded, or the market is too saturated. That's the phrase I hear all the time. The market is too saturated. Please do not be fooled by that lie. There will be, quote unquote, too many people on any platform that you choose. If you're leaving Instagram because you think it's too crowded and you're going to go start a podcast because you think you have better chances there, just wait until you see how many podcasts are in your coaching industry. And I'm not saying that to discourage you, friend. I'm saying that because I want you to recognize that you're not going to just run away from one problem on one platform and never experience it again. Like these problems will follow you if you do not have boundaries in place to avoid burnout. Again, burnout is not partial to a platform. Now, I chose Instagram as the platform that I was going to start my business on, and it was incredibly lucrative for me. It was incredibly financially profitable for me. I've closed over $100,000 utilizing Instagram. And now that I have a very strong foundation, I've been doing this for a long time. I know how to sign clients. Now I am adding in a second platform of podcasting to now scale the business. And so I really want to speak to Instagram today because I have a lot of experience on that platform. I teach people how to use that platform to experience profit in their business. And when I hear people talking about burnout, I specifically hear them talking about it in regards to Instagram. So that's the platform I'm going to speak to today. Again, it's the platform where I've closed most of my sales. It's the platform that I teach my clients to start with. It's free. It's pretty easy to use. And you might be saying, Camie, what? Instagram's easy to use? There's no way it's easy to use. Friend, wait till if you think that Instagram is not easy to use, then just wait until you start dipping your toe into some SEO research, the inner workings of the web in order to get your website to pop up or your podcast or your blog. Like Instagram, in my opinion, in comparison to other platforms is, in my opinion, the easiest to use. It's very user-friendly, and the general public knows how to use Instagram to some degree. Just my opinion, but I'll leave it there for what it's worth. And also the strategies that I teach and that I will be teaching in my free Convert More Clients workshop will teach you how you can experience exponential financial growth on Instagram without spending hours a day on the app. So if you have not yet saved your seat, go sign up for that. Shameless plug. We're starting 2 weeks from today. So that's the platform, again, that I'm going to speak to. 5 social media boundaries that you need to have in place to avoid burnout on Instagram. We're just going to go ahead and jump right on in with point number 1, or boundary number 1, if you will. Boundary number 1, show up every day with a game plan. In other words, do not show up to Instagram. Do not even think about opening up the app with a blank slate wondering, what should I post today? What should I talk about today? How should I promote my program or my coaching today? If you show up to Instagram with no game plan in mind, no strategy, nothing laid out for the day, you will find yourself wandering around the app, scrolling, jumping from this place to that place to this thing to that thing, and you will experience burnout without even getting anything done in the first place. You have to have a game plan for what it is that you are about to do on Instagram before you ever even open up the app for the day. Otherwise, you're just going to find yourself scrolling, wandering, and wasting time on the app. And inside the Convert More Clients workshop, I'm going to give you insight into the things that you should be doing on Instagram that will actually make you money. In other words, tasks that you can actually show up and do on Instagram on a daily basis or on a weekly basis that have a high ROI or return on investment of your time. You need to have a game plan that you're going to do to show up on Instagram, get in, do the thing you got to do, and then get back out of the app and go and enjoy the rest of your day. Okay, so that's point number 1. When you show up on Instagram to work, show up with a game plan. And if you're like, Camie, I don't know what to actually do on Instagram, like what is worth my time in order to sign clients and make money on the app, then come join the free Convert More Clients workshop, and I will show you what those tasks are that you can do in order to actually sign clients on the app and not waste time. Point number 2. Now, this one is probably obvious, but because I know that we all struggle with it anyway, I'm going to go ahead and say it. Stop scrolling. It is an absolute waste of your time. You're not getting anything out of it. And honestly, what I found with myself is what was leading to a lot of the burnout that I was feeling on Instagram wasn't actually the tactical things, like the profitable things, the things that I should be doing on the app that were actually going to make me money. Like it wasn't DM strategy, it wasn't doing mini trainings, it wasn't any of that. It was the scrolling. It was the constant taking in of other people's content and information and news and everybody's opinion on the news. That is what was more burning out than anything else. So stop scrolling. And you may have to unfollow several people. You may only be following like 10 people by the end of this in order to help you stop scrolling. That's okay. Do whatever you got to do. But recognize that scrolling is a tactic of the enemy to not only distract you, confuse you, but also cause you to compare yourself to other people and make you believe that the work you're doing is insignificant and that you are in the wrong place and you're never going to see success. That is a tactic of the enemy. Say no. Say no to the scroll. I need to have like a little banner. Say no to the scroll. Stop scrolling. It is the definition of a waste of your time. And if you're like, Camie, I need to scroll. Well, you don't need to scroll, but if you feel like you want to scroll, then set a timer for 5 minutes and let that be it. Honestly, in my opinion, any amount of scrolling I think is a waste of our time, but if you're gonna do it, at least set a timer so that you don't look up and realize that you've lost 45 minutes for a task that really should have only taken you 5, and now you've wasted like all of this time where you could have been spending it doing something more meaningful, okay? So that's point number 2. Please stop scrolling. Point number 3, delete social media on the weekends. Why do you need to check Instagram on the weekends? I'm curious. Like, why do you need to check your DMs on Saturday? Unless you are in the middle of a launch, unless there is an absolute emergency, which I can't imagine that there would be any emergency that requires you to check Instagram, why are you on it? And also, Instagram tends to be less active on the weekends anyway because people are off doing other things and enjoying their lives, and you should too. So please don't feel like you need to be on the app on Saturday, posting your content, doing your mini trainings, doing DM strategy because nobody else is on the app, okay? So you may be doing it for a crowd of 4. Realize that it is more than okay and in fact encouraged for you to delete social media on the weekends. That goes for Facebook, that goes for Instagram, that goes for Pinterest. Heck, that may even go for Snapchat for some of you, okay? Everything will be there when you get back to work on Monday. It is biblical to take a Sabbath, okay? Let's all take a Sabbath from social media. And if you can't delete Instagram, like if that just kills you to even think about deleting Instagram, then friend, it might be an idol for you and you may need to lay down Instagram completely for at least a little bit, if not forever, okay? Delete social media on the weekend. Number 4, do not chase followers. Instead, create connection. There are people on Instagram with thousands and thousands and thousands of followers and $0 in their bank account. I know because I've met them. I've talked to them. I've had conversations with them. I myself used to have over 2,000 followers and I removed most of them. Like if you look right now on my Instagram, I have just over 400 followers. Why? Because I realized when I was searching through my followers that most of these people were not ideal clients and they weren't engaging with me and I didn't really know them and there was no value in keeping them as part of my followers. In fact, it was hurting me because now my followers were super diluted, my engagement was low, people weren't seeing my content, so I literally removed over 1,500 people from my Instagram following. And I'm sure that there's other people now that look at that and like, 400 followers, who is she? Who does she think she is to be a business coach? I don't care. I don't care because you know what? Those 1,500 people that were following me were doing nothing to help me grow my business. They were not ideal clients. They were not getting value from my content because they were not the person that I was trying to market to. They were literally just there following me for whatever reason, and it was a vanity metric. And I decided that I didn't want to be cuffed to a vanity metric. And so I wiped out like 1,500 of my followers and said yes to a smaller follower count and yes to more connection. Okay, let me break it down for you in an example. If you were to create deep connection with 3 new people a week, which is 12 people a month, and you use the sales strategy that I'm going to be talking about in the free Convert More Clients workshop, and then you then go convert 3 of those 12 people that you built deep connection with this month in a $4,000 package, all of a sudden your bank account goes from $0 to $12,000 just by building connection with 12 people and converting 3 of them. Friends, please stop believing the lie that you need to have all these followers in order to make a lot of money. You don't. What you do need to do, though, is build connection. Connection equals conversion. Followers do not equal conversion. So please stop chasing followers and start creating connection. There's 4 specific ways that I teach my clients to create connection with their ideal client on Instagram, and I will go through with you those 4 things inside of the Convert More Clients free workshop. If you haven't saved your seat, go down to the show notes right now and go save your seat. It'll take you 15 seconds. Number 5. This is the final and last boundary that I believe that you really need to have in place in order to avoid burnout on Instagram. Post the content that you enjoy creating and that serves your audience well. Stop trying to keep up with all the trends. I don't care if you never post a reel again. Please stop creating content that you hate creating. That's what's making you feel burnt out. Forget what the Instagram gurus say. Forget all the people that say, do this and gain 4,000 followers or reels are the only way to build your business on it. Forget all that. There's plenty of people with thousands of views on their reels and $0 in their bank account. Views on reels do not equate dollar bills in your bank account. Now, if you enjoy creating reels and your audience really resonates with them and you're finding value in creating them and your audience is finding value in consuming it and you're creating a whole bunch of new leads for your business that way, then amazing. Awesome. Then do the reels. If you love creating graphics and your audience loves it, great. Keep creating graphics. If you love posting a photo with a really thought-provoking caption, which by the way is what Instagram was built on in the first place, that's the foundation of Instagram and it's a very timeless content strategy, then do it. Creating content that you love and that your audience resonates with will take you farther than if you keep trying to jump on every single trendy bandwagon that comes around the corner. Remember, connection equals conversion. Now, you may be saying, well, Camie, okay, like I hear you, but like I don't really know what to talk about in my content. Like it's not that I don't know if I want to do the reels or the graphics or like the pictures. Like I just don't know what to say in the reels or in the graphics or in the pictures. Well, then come to the Convert More Clients workshop because I'm going to share with you 10 different types of content to connect with your ideal client online. 10 different types of content. You will never again question or wonder what it is that I should be posting on Instagram to connect with my ideal client. Okay, so let's quickly review boundaries 1 through 5 because I gave you a lot of information today. So boundary number 1, show up every day with a game plan. Do not even think about opening up the Instagram app on your phone unless you know exactly what it is that you're opening up that app to do. Get in, do what you need to do in order to have a high return of investment on your time and actually make money. And then get back out and go enjoy the rest of your day. Number 2, do not scroll. It is the definition of a waste of your time. Don't even do it. And if you need to do it, if you think that you need to do it, set a timer for 5 minutes. When that timer goes off, do not reset that timer. Get off Instagram. Number 3, delete social media on the weekends. Nobody is on there anyway because they're out enjoying their lives and you should be too. Number 4, do not chase followers. Instead, create connection. Connection will equal conversion. Okay, that word, convert clients, conversion. Connection will equal conversion more than followers any day. There's thousands of people with thousands of followers and $0 in their bank account, and I don't want you to be one of them. Okay, you don't need a lot of followers to make a lot of money on Instagram. And lastly, number 5, post the content that you enjoy creating and that serves your audience well. Please stop trying to jump on every single trendy bandwagon that comes around because those trends are never ending and you will become burnt out. Friend, I want to reiterate here that burnout is not partial to a platform. You will experience burnout on any platform that you refuse to have boundaries with, whether that is Instagram, Facebook, podcasting, Pinterest, whatever it is. If you don't have boundaries, you will experience burnout. And number 2, okay, because I want to reiterate the 2 big points that I made in the beginning. The grass will be greener where you water it. Commit to one platform in the beginning. Get really good at that platform. Make it so you know exactly what to do every single day on that specific platform in order to sign clients and make money online. I personally suggest starting with Instagram. Now, that's where I started. That's where I teach my clients, and I fully believe that you can have great financial success on Instagram without wasting a lot of time. But choose the platform. Maybe it's Instagram, maybe it's not, but make it work for you. Now, if you want to learn how to convert more clients using Instagram without wasting precious hours and hours and hours and hours every single day on the app, then join the free Convert More Clients workshop. This is 2 weeks away. It is happening on Monday, July 18th at 12 p.m. inside of my Facebook group. I'm going to teach you how to discover your God-given gifts and which of those gifts that you can then use and turn into a profitable online coaching business. You're going to learn how to get clear on your ideal client, on your coaching niche, on your messaging. I'm going to talk about how to create an irresistible offer that your client wants to say yes to and is like tossing their credit card at you saying, how soon can I pay? We're going to talk about how to connect with your ideal client on Instagram with 4 strategies. Remember, I mentioned that earlier. There's 4 different ways that I teach clients to connect with their ideal clients on Instagram. We're going to go through that in the workshop. And also, we're going to talk about how to make consistent sales without any icky, sleazy, or weird selling tactics. There have been so many women that have already signed up so far. So scroll down in the show notes, go save your seat. I'm going to just read off the names of the women who are already signed up. Heather, Katie, Brooke, Ashley, Adriana, Victoria, Crystal, Carrie. Ladies, I'm so excited that you're already signed up. But if your name, listeners, if your name was not just called, then scroll down in the show notes, click the link. It'll take you 15 seconds and come sign up. This is a completely free workshop and it is recorded for those unable to join us live. There is absolutely zero, a big old goose egg, 0 excuses that you have in order to not sign up. Okay? You can build a successful and profitable online coaching business without spending hours each day on social media and putting yourself on a fast track to burnout. Let me show you how. All right, friends, I love you. Go sign up for the workshop, and I'll see you in the next episode.
Hi, friend. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Bibles, Babies, and Business podcast. If you learned something from today's episode, or if it blessed you in any way, I would love to know. You can head over to Apple Podcasts and leave me a review, and I may just read your review on the show. Thank you again for being here, and I pray that God would fill you with peace in your faith, your motherhood, and your business, because you were made for this.